found me on my new channel, Soufflé Girl, where I teach you how to cook food from all 50 years of Doctor Who. Today, we're going to cover the episode, Let's Kill Hitler. So we're making Sauerbraten. You need a 5-pound top round. Okay, so this is how you tie up a roast. Get a long piece of kitchen twine. You need to use kitchen twine and not regular twine that would leave bits. So tie the end off. And then you need to loop it around and then pull it through the top. Make sure they're evenly spaced and go around again until you get to the end. The reason that we're tying this off is because it cooks for such a long time and in a very acidic liquid that the meat practically falls apart by the end. So we're just tying it up to make sure that it doesn't melt away. And then just tie off the end. And then you're going to want to have 2 tablespoons of oil in a pan that's been heating on medium-high heat. Okay, so you want to sear your meat on all sides, ends as well. Okay, so now that you have browned your roast on all sides, you want to take it out and set it on a platter. Okay, and then you're going to lower the heat, add another 2 tablespoons of oil. And you're going to throw in 3 halved and sliced onions. Break up all of the rings and cook these until they're just starting to soften. You don't want to cook them until they've caramelized and you don't want the onions to fall apart. Okay, so now that your onions have just begun to soften and they've sort of taken up all of the juices off the bottom of the pan, you want to add 4 cloves of minced garlic. Stir those in. And then you're going to add in all of your spices.
Add salt, pepper, rosemary, thyme, allspice, and powdered ginger. Two bay leaves, tomato paste, ketchup, molasses, red wine vinegar, and red wine. Stir the ingredients until the tomato paste and ketchup have dissolved. Be sure to bury the bay leaves and cover until it begins to boil.
Okay, so now that your sauce has begun to boil, you're going to want to gently place in your roast. Okay, and as you can see, we don't need to add any beef stock to our pan, but if your pan is large enough that you need to add beef stock, it needs to come halfway up the side of the meat so that by the time that you turn it over, the meat has been completely covered in sauce the entire time. You're also going to want to add any juices that came out while your meat was sitting on the platter. And you're going to want to add those back in. Okay, now cover your pot with a lid. Turn the heat down and let that simmer for an hour and a half. Our sauerbraten has been cooking on its first side for an hour and a half, and it is time to flip it over. So again, you want to be very careful and flip this over with 2 tongs. Very nice. Okay, you're going to want to put the lid back on and simmer it for another hour and a half. Now that your roast has been cooking for a total of 3 hours, you need to check it to see if it is fork tender. Each cut of meat will be a little bit different. Some pieces of meat are much more tender and some will take several more hours of cooking. So you can either keep an eye on it here on the stove and flip it ever so often, or you can put it in a crock pot on low until it has become fork tender. When your top round is finished cooking, you need to reduce the sauce and take out the bay leaves. Also, if there's any fat pulled up on the top of your sauce before you thicken it, you can just take a spoon and scoop it off the top. This one was quite lean, so I didn't have to do that. So now, you just need to take 4 tablespoons of sour cream and add it to your sauce. Now that your sauce is ready, it's time to cut your roast. Okay, so now that your roast has been tented and resting for a while, you need to cut off the twine. So just use a pair of kitchen scissors. Then you just need to take a pair of tongs or one of these and slice it into just under 1/2 inch slices. You can see how tender it's got. Now you just want to transfer your sliced roast gently to your sauce. And then just let them simmer for another 5 minutes before you plate them up. Now that these have soaked up some more sauce, you just want to plate them as delicately as you can on your serving platter. It's falling apart. And And never underestimate the value of presentation. So once you ladle some sauce on top of these, we're going to need to take a paper towel and scrape off all of the excess on the sides. And then you just want to garnish with some fresh herbs like parsley, or if you're lucky, some fresh thyme. And it's ready to serve. So just serve your Sauerbraten up with some German red cabbage, some onion rolls, and a little arugula salad, just like in Let's Kill Hitler. If you liked this tutorial, click like down below and send me your comments. I'd love to know what you thought, and I would love to see photos of your own Sauerbraten posted to my Facebook or Twitter. Okay, so I bet you're curious as to what our German Sauerbraten, red cabbage, and arugula salad tastes like. Let's find out.
Well, Mike, I'm really excited to give it a try. I know you've been working hard on it, so we'll just get into the Sauerbraten here.
Okay.
That's really good.
Like it?
Delicious, I do. And this is the red cabbage, right?
Yep. German red cabbage with apples and onion.
I like it. Goes well with the wine. Good, it's delicious. And the arugula salad as well. It's good. I just get a hint of the garlic. It's really good.
Food really.
It's really good. The especially I like the Sauerbraten, but I really enjoy the red cabbage. It's good.
It's delicious.